What foods should you eat while dieting? I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. Upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up the free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. I'm currently down 44 pounds. And if you're interested in how I did that, pick up the copy of the free workout and nutrition guide. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today and use code FitFutureMD for 20% off. So, when I was going through YouTube, back in 2016 when I started this channel, If It Fits Your Macros was basically blowing up big, right, in the fitness world, right? And, If It Fits Your Macros is basically calories in, calories out, and you're hitting your protein, right? So if you're wanting to be, 200 pounds, you get 200 grams of protein a day, and then everything else, as long as you're under your calories a day, is fine, right? And yes, that does work, right? But at the end of the day, the ones who promote this kind of stuff have what I call high level genetics, right? Because things that they do, may not affect them, but they may affect you, right? So the biggest thing when dieting is knowing, so I diet basically twice a year, right? Spring and fall. And, or what you would consider a diet, basically, being what I call being perfect on your nutrition plan, right? But I do that twice a year. But the rest of the year, I'm tracking what certain foods do to my body, right? So if you have a piece of cake at a birthday party and the next day you feel like crap, or you've gained 2 pounds and your feet are swollen, or whatever, right? You notice what it does to your body, or your brain is foggy, you can't think the next day. Even what it does that day, right? So some things immediately, will have an effect on your body. Like if you have a crap ton of white rice with soy sauce, you may feel bloated immediately, right? So that's really what the, long-term nutrition plan, that's really what you're trying to figure out, is what is actually healthy for my body and what causes bad effects on my body, not just necessarily a cookie cutter, eat this, eat that, right? Obviously the cookie cutter stuff can start you in the right direction. So even in the workout and nutrition guide, I put in there, the stuff that I do on, when I'm perfect twice a year, right? But I know that stuff doesn't affect me. Well, you may be a person that is allergic to grilled chicken. You eat grilled chicken and it makes you swell up or makes you be bloated. You don't digest it quickly, whatever. So you may end up on more of a fish diet, or you may end up more eating steak, or you may not even eat meat at all. You may be a person that's a pea protein person, right? And all of that is okay, right? So, but the biggest thing is to figure out what those things, throughout the years, figure out what those things are, right? There's an off season and an on season in bodybuilding and in the health profession for a reason, right? Or the workout profession for a reason, right? And the reason is to figure out what things, do bad to your body, right? So, but for me, like I say, I was mostly doing grilled chicken, right? But then I figured out that, I basically wasn't getting enough fat in my body to keep my testosterone high, right? So I switched to chicken thighs, which has a little bit more fat in it, and that has fixed that problem, right? Also, if you eat the same thing for a long, long time, you maybe develop an allergy to that as well. So real nutrition is not the same thing every day. Real nutrition is a variety of things, right? So like there's nutrition plans out there that say, never have pork. Well, a grilled pork chop is basically equivalent to a grilled chicken thigh, right? It's basically the same thing, right? Even though one animal may be dirtier than the other, the meat itself, what the animal made that nutrition it ate into is basically equivalent, right? So don't think that, I'm on a nutrition plan, I can never have pork again, unless it's a religious thing, right? You can have pork, right? I can never have a burger again or something. Well, you can have a burger, right? You may not have a 80-20 burger or a 73-37 or 27 burger, 73-27 burger, but you may have a 90-10 or a 93-7 burger, right? You may have a little bit leaner, beef burger, right? And it's just little things like that you can change, right? So, but for the most part, so when I first started dieting back in 2016, I really ate a lot of vegetables, right? And I never could figure out, like, why am I bloated all the time? Why is my stomach hurt, right? I'm eating perfect. I shouldn't, but basically it was the broccoli and cauliflower, right? That was causing that air to be in my system, right? So something about broccoli and cauliflower my body doesn't like, but I can eat a salad every day, right? No problems. I can eat sweet peas, I can eat beans, black beans, no problem. But I've had to find that out with trial and error, right? You can't just take, my word, oh, black beans are fine for me, but they may not be good for you. I eat salad, 2-3 times a week, now even in the off seasons, and, that might not be your jam. You may not be a salad person, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have volume. So I'm not hungry physically, I'm full with a lower calorie food, right? Because, there's only so much your stomach can shrink, and your body genetically is going to have cravings, right? If you're a big person genetically, your body is calling for more food genetically, right? Whether that means your ancestors had to, go through starvation in the winter or, whatever, genetically your body holds more calories than somebody else from a different region, right? So, keep that in mind, right? You may be a person that still needs the same volume of food, right? But you may not be a person that, can do a bunch of broccoli or cauliflower, right? Like a lot of the bodybuilding diets call for, right? So now, does that mean I never eat broccoli and cauliflower? No, I might eat it once or twice a month, right? Instead of every day. Let's say another thing is, you basically have to make your long-term nutrition plan your own, right? I might like sweet chili sauce on things. You may not. You may like jalapenos on stuff. I don't. You may like hot sauce and sriracha. I'm not a hot sauce guy. I'm a sweet guy, right? I like sweet things. And, obviously, that may make it where I have less carbs, right? Because if there's carbs in my sauce that I use because of, I want it to be sweet, then I may not have a cup of rice. I may have half a cup of rice. right? Or half a sweet potato instead of a full sweet potato, right? To compensate for those calories, right? Because at the end of the day, it is a calorie in, calorie out game, but you want to try to make it as healthy as possible in the long term, right? You want to be able to stick to things long term, right? So, obviously, you have to avoid, down in a 12 pack or, huge parties where you can't control what you eat, stuff like that. But if you do mess up on those things, obviously there's ways around that, and I have those on this channel as well. So this is what I got for you today. Obviously you have to find out what works for you. Pick up that free nutrition and workout guide, and you can see like what I would consider the perfect diet for me, when I first started. And, obviously you go from there and figure out what else you can add in and be acceptable with. But I'm Nate, I'm the FitFutureMD. Check out Ensorsale.com, use code FitFutureMD for 20% off, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.